Ever since meow debuted and their debut kind of flopped, I've been wondering what's going on with Blacklabel. Whole criticism around the group made me question the creative team behind them. It reminds me of when I made a video about Sami's comeback with ice cream after her long hiatus. That comeback didn't hit the mark, let's be real. I even talked about how the Black Label was sabotaging her career. And I remember reading comments like, Teddy and the Black Label are too busy focusing on their new girl group. That's why Somi isn't a priority. At first, I thought those comments were just sarcasm, or maybe that's the case. But honestly, we don't really know what's going on. Could be creative bankruptcy. Maybe, yes. Meow's debut felt so empty and rushed. It's like they brought nothing new to the table. And I can't help but think the whole K-pop idol making machine needs a serious reboot if they want to stay ahead in this K-pop competition. So Meow is the Black Label's first girl group, and YG Entertainment's founder, Yang Hyun-suk, set up this label so they could explore different music styles and reach a wider audience. You have the typical YG vibe, hip-hop, R&B, pop, and all that. So from the moment Meow was announced, the anticipation was through the roof. Then pics of the trainees started circulating on Twitter, and fans were quick to recognize the 5 members, which only amped up the hype even more for their debut. Annie Moon, the granddaughter of the chairman of the Shinsuge, created a ton of buzz. Then there's Hanbyul, who used to be a YG trainee and appeared on shows like K-pop Star 6, The Last Chance, and Captain. And of course, Ella. The anticipation around her was always high. We've seen her with Blackpink since she was just a kid, and she's already made a name for herself as a model and now as a K-pop idol. Then there were rumors about Bailey Sok joining, which got people even more hyped. She's only 19, but has already co-choreographed for huge artists like Red Velvet's Psycho, Sooin, aespa's Savage, Taeyong's Vibe, and Sulji's 28 Reasons. She even appeared in Jackson Wang's music video for Cruel, so you can imagine how excited people were at the thought of her debuting with Meow. And lastly, we have Colin, who's worked as a model and was featured in Adidas ads and made up to the final lineup for the group. The other 2 members weren't recognized at first. Everything was going smoothly from the start of August. The group's name was revealed. And with each member introduction, the hype kept building. It seemed like this was set to be the best debut for a 5th-gen group until their debut track, Meow, dropped. The disappointment was instant. Black Label and YG Entertainment both need to understand that K-pop stans don't want another Blackpink or sooin one. It's not only get them criticized, but also unfair to the new groups themselves. I get that YG and Black Label are desperate to recreate their previous success, even financially, but not like this, rehashing old music and expecting it to work for a new group. Creative bankruptcy in the K-pop industry is definitely a problem. Labels that try to replicate the success of older groups often end up disappointing fans because they're clinging to formulas that worked in the past but don't resonate anymore. Fans crave originality and innovation, not just rehash concepts. When labels focus on cloning previous successes instead of nurturing new talent, it stifles the growth of new groups. This lack of fresh ideas can lead to poor receptions, making those groups feel inauthentic or generic. K-pop thrives on fresh concepts and experimentation. If labels don't adapt and evolve, they're setting new groups up for failure right from the start. It's a missed opportunity for both the artists and the fans who are looking for something exciting and new. Whoever thought giving that song to Meow for their debut needs to be fired. No doubt about it. As I've said before, with Sami's comeback this year and now Meow's debut, it's clear the problem lies with the creative and production teams. First, Baby Monster's debut was overshadowed by accusations of copying Blackpink, and now Meow faces similar criticism. Why don't they learn from what's working and what's not with their groups and avoid repeating others' mistakes? The music video looks like a mishmash of different sets, and I've seen tons of comments saying the girls look more like models than idols. meow isn't from a small label, and their budget isn't small either. So with all the source available, this kind of music obviously going to give them criticism. No excuses for that. K-pop is super competitive, with new groups dropping unique concepts and killer music all the time. I get that K-pop often showcases idols and luxury and lyrics about flexing money, but that works best when the idols have that aura. For a debut group of teenagers, that concept just doesn't fit. It's not that I'm against it. It just feels off for a group that hasn't yet established themselves. Using lyrics about flexing money can come across as forced when the idols are new and haven't built their identity yet. It creates a disconnect, making it hard for fans to relate. Debut groups should focus on authenticity and building their image organically instead of trying to present the polished luxury facade before they've even had a chance to showcase their talents. Finding the right balance that suits their stage and their careers is crucial. A user wrote, "Notice how big companies are trying so hard to show new girl groups as super luxury and young as much as possible. It's crazy." Another one said, "For a debut song, this lacks personality and substance. The chorus is very empty with little to no vocals at all. I felt like I only heard two girls sing. The girls deserved a song that portrayed their individuality better and that allowed their talents to be highlighted. Seriously, talented members with nice vocals and a lot of promise, but given the blandest, most formulaic music possible. Can YG's producers, Teddy Park or whoever, try not being creatively bankrupt for once? 4th gen, 5th gen is an ultra-competitive field, and they're going to be left in the dust, churning out. These still be great tracks for their girl groups. Despite the song being lackluster, meow did manage to leave an impression with their impressive dance skills and vocals. It shows they have talent and potential. Here's hoping their next comeback comes soon and it really hits the mark. If they can build on their strengths and refine their concept, they might just find their footing in the intense K-pop landscape. Blacklabel should take note of fans' reactions and criticisms and be willing to adapt. By listening to feedback, they can guide Meow's future projects in a more positive direction. Understanding what fans want and need can help shape the group's image and sound, ensuring they resonate better with the audience moving forward. It's important, for Blacklabel to remain flexible and responsive to the evolving K-pop landscape. This debut proves the Teddy formula isn't working anymore. Lastly, I want to talk about the whole Baby Monster versus Meow fandom fighting each other. By the end of August, a post went viral, and that's pretty much where the whole Baby Monster versus Meow fan war kicked off. The post titled "Baby Monster are in big trouble" was basically saying that with all the 4th gen groups already owning the domestic fandom, Baby Monster would have to rely on international fans. They also hinted that all the hype around Blackpink supporting Baby Monster might switch over to meow with their debut coming up. It even said that meow gives more of a Blackpink vibe, making them more likely to score luxury brand deals. And of course, netizens added fuel to the fire, saying stuff like, "Meow feels like Blackpink's real sister group, and Baby Monster took too long to debut." Honestly, the whole post was clearly just trying to stir up fan wars, and it worked. Whenever groups get compared or labeled as rivals or successors, it always causes drama. Fans get super protective of their fav, so when people say things like "Meow feels like Blackpink's real sister group," it feels like a direct attack on Baby Monster's status. And then you've got the hate Jisoo got just for posting Ella on her story, which was pretty much a side effect of all this division. Fans getting defensive is understandable, but these types of comparisons do way more harm than good. Instead of beefing, fans should be coming together to create a strong fandom for both groups. At the end of the day, they're all under the same umbrella, so fighting only hurts their success. That whole "you hate my group, so I hate yours" mentality just makes K-pop more toxic. The sad thing is, the girls who are still super young are the ones who will get caught up in all the hate, not the random netizens writing these posts. They're the ones who will burn out while the drama just keeps going. So that's my take on the whole Baby Monster versus meow situation. What do you guys think? Do you feel like these comparisons are just stirring up unnecessary drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's have a chill convo about it. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you vibe with the content. Thanks for watching.